Welcome to Private Space Medical. In this exercise, you're going to learn a skill that's called physicalizing, because what we do is take a painful or difficult feeling or emotion and imagine it as a physical object. And the aim is to learn a new, more flexible way of responding to difficult feelings instead of fighting them or running away from them. So let's begin. So make sure you're somewhere you're unlikely to be interrupted, and get yourself into a comfortable position, ideally sitting upright with your back straight. Put your feet flat on the ground, your hands on your lap. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. If not, focus on the spot in front of you like on the table and just soften your gaze. And now take a few slow deep breaths and really notice the breath flowing in and out of your lungs. Now the first thing to do is to see if you can tap into a painful or difficult emotion so that you can work with it during this exercise. So any kind of situation or problem that's prominent in your life today, just get a sense of it, think about it, imagine it. So in other words, you're doing the opposite of what you normally do. Instead of pushing the pain away, the idea is to bring it up right now for this exercise. So vividly remember or imagine what is hard and difficult and try to tap into those feelings. It could be anger, sadness, anxiety, guilt. Just let them rise up inside you. And when you have a sense of that, I want you to scan your body quickly from head to toe and notice where in your body are you feeling this the most. Is it in your head, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your tummy, your arms, your legs? Where is the feeling most intense? If you're feeling it all over, just pick an area that somehow bothers you the most and see if you can really localize it. For example, if it's in your head, is it in the top half or bottom half? Is it in the front or back? Is it in your temples? If it's in your chest, is that the surface or in the middle or around your heart area? Where is this feeling located most strongly? And see if you can really notice this feeling with curiosity, like a curious child that's never encountered this feeling before. And now, imagine this feeling as a physical object inside your body. What shape is it? See if you can trace an outline around it. Get a sense of its shape and size. Is it liquid, solid, or gaseous? Is it hot or cold? Is it moving or still? Does it have a clear outline with clear, well-defined borders, or are the edges vague and fuzzy and shifting? Is it light or heavy? Is it all one temperature, or does it have hot or cold spots? Are there vibrations, pulsations, or movements? What's the color of this object? Is it all one color, or are there different colors? Are there different shades? Is it transparent or opaque? If you can somehow touch this object, what will it feel like underneath your fingertips? Is the surface rough, smooth, hot, cold, sticky, or wet? So have a look at this object. Look at it from all sides, from all angles, from above, from below, from in front, from behind, and notice there's this object here, this painful feeling, and that you can notice this object, the shape of it, the size, the texture, the color. See if you can really notice it with genuine curiosity. The challenge is to see if you can open up and make room for this object, letting it be there in your body without fighting it, without running from it. So next I'm going to ask you to experiment in different ways of doing that. See if it's helpful to breathe into and around this object. Imagine your breath flowing into and around this object. As you breathe into it, see as if in some magical way all the space opens up inside you and around this object, making space for it, and the space that is expanding around this object, however you make sense of that, breathing into it and opening up around it. Take a moment to acknowledge this feeling by name. For example, here's a feeling of anger, or here's a feeling of sadness, or I'm noticing anxiety. And as you're observing it with curiosity and acknowledging it by name, continue to breathe into it and around it, opening up around it, making lots of room for it. And if the feeling gets bigger, if the object increases in size, then make even more room. No matter how big it gets, it can't get bigger than you. So observe it with curiosity, breathe into it, expand around it, and see if you can just allow it to be there. You don't have to like it or want it, just simply allow it, just let it be. If the object changes, that's fine. If it doesn't change, that's fine too. We're not trying to change it. We're not trying to fight it. We're trying to stop the struggle with it. So observe it with curiosity, breathe into it, open up around it, and allow it to be there. And notice what it does. You can stop this exercise at this point if you have a sense that you're willing to have this feeling, that you have made room for it, that you have stopped fighting with it, and you're allowing it to be there. Or you can continue further. We are now going to move into self-compassion. Acknowledge the feeling and being there in a way that is kind and supportive. So if you choose to continue with this exercise, come back once again to the feeling in your body, observe it, breathe into it, expand around it, and allow it to be there. And take one of your hands, either one, and turn it palm upwards. And see if you can fill it with a sense of genuine kindness and caring. Recall times in your life where you've used this hand in kind ways. Maybe you patted someone on the shoulder, or rubbed someone's back, or held someone's hand. You have used this hand in kind and helpful ways. See if you can put that sense of kindness and care in this hand. And I'm going to give you two options. One, you can rest this hand gently on top of your heart. Or the other is to rest it on some other part of your body where you're experiencing the difficult feeling the most, whichever you prefer. So take this hand and rest it gently, either on a painful feeling or on top of your heart, and just experiment with a type of touch that feels kind and soothing. And see if you can let this sense of kindness to radiate from your hand and into your body, sending that warmth and kindness into your body in all directions, sending it to any area where you are hurting or numb or empty or tight. And where you encounter areas of pain, numbness, or hurt, see if you can let that warmth and kindness infuse and flow into them. If this physical object is still present in your body, for some people it will be, for others it won't, then send that warmth and kindness all the way around this physical object, softening around it, loosening it up around it. Wherever you feel something difficult in your body right now, just see if you can loosen and soften up around it, sending warmth and kindness inwards wherever it's needed. Now take a moment to consider something very important. This feeling tells you something. This feeling tells you you're a living and caring human being. It tells you that you have a heart. It tells you that there are things that really matter to you. This is what living, caring humans feel when life is difficult or when they face problems. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you care, that you have a heart, and that there are challenges in your life today. So coming to the end of the exercise, as you send that sense of warmth and kindness through your hand, the message you are sending is deeper than words. If we put it into words, the message will be like, I can see that you're in great pain, and I care about you, and I'm here for you. Now coming back into the room now, open your eyes, have a stretch, come back into your body, notice the world around you, what you can see, hear, touch, taste and smell. Notice what you're thinking, feeling and doing. And with that, we conclude this mindful session with Private Space Medical.